Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with episode 5 of Crest of the Stars. Again, I don't have any comments to go over this time, and I still have the existing thoughts from before. Like, number one, where's Rena? I still expect her to come up. I mean, I will say that when I was trying to make the relationship board from before, as I said last time, so apparently there was like a fire in the servers where they were at now, and they've been relocating all their data stuff. That's why I still haven't gotten that up yet. But when I was assembling like the pictures and everything, the place I normally go does not have anybody named Arena listed as like a main character with a picture and everything, which either makes me think that Rena is never going to be seen again, or Rena is now living under a different name that I just don't know. And that being the case, then I'm still holding out for Rena to have shown up. Or to show up. I mean, it's entirely possible that Jinto from this point forward, or I guess from episode 1 forward, is just going to be separated from his entire family from forever. Like, the war is about to happen. It's just going to be chaos from here on out. I have no idea. Um, there was actually two other thoughts I forgot to mention last time because I didn't scroll down in my notes all the way. So the Emperor is still alive and just dethroned? Or is this like a Lex situation where all the previous rulers still exist and advise the current ruler? You know, the whole divine shadow route. That was on my mind last time because we talked about the Emperor having a council, and lafiel is a daughter of the Empress, but the former Empress, I believe, is the idea that she's no longer around. Sorry, that's suddenly skipping my mind. This is stuff that a concept board would help with. I'd be like, I would just remember that, oh yeah, I crossed her out because she's apparently dead. That sort of thing. Unfortunately, I don't have it up yet. I was also asking a question about where Vorash is. Jinto says the transportation setbacks weren't uncommon there, like he spent a lot of time there, but up to this point, the only places we know that he spent a lot of time were Martine and Dilkto. So, that has been that. I tried to use some of the translation material that my Discord had thrown at me, which I guess is not itself a spoiler, since it's literally just help to be able to translate stuff, and apparently it's from the part of the book this comes from, so the author would have already given it to us. So I tried to translate the text around where it says this is a challenge to battle near the end of the episode. And it literally just says below Mikoth, Agar, Izzo, Hotur, which tells me that translating stuff ain't gonna get me nowhere. So, not much I can do about that. So, I was translating it right, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is like when you're playing World of Warcraft, right? And someone on the Horde side, sorry, I always played Horde. When somebody on the Alliance side uses like bad translation stuff to say stuff to you in broken English. Like, they say, this is a challenge to battle, and you see the text, and you don't know what it says, and you just take it at face value, and then you go translate it, and it's like, they're just being really insulting in text, and like they said, below me, Koth. Maybe Koth is an insult, it's like, below me. Like, this is a challenge to battle. It's like, okay, no, maybe that's not it. Because Adgar is Hotor doesn't mean a damn thing to me. And I did try a couple other things, like the 152 rules for lunch. I tried translating a bit of that, and that was equally just gibberish. So I understand it, even if this was like code. This is like two levels of code deep, and I don't get it. I mean, I guess I could try replacement cipher on top of it, try and figure out if that works for anything. But I guess I just haven't thought about it. Sorry, I already got lost in thought looking at Agar as maybe the first thing to do in a replacement cipher. Um, in any code cipher sort of shit before I've ever done in my past, I always look for short words like three-letter words because they tend to be like R or U or the, And once you figure that out, you can start doing like word replacement or letter replacement all over the place, and try and figure out if you can like guess a word correctly based on the small amount of letter replacement that you've done. You can then figure out one word, which will then just break the whole code the rest of the way. Unfortunately, I haven't done that yet. I'm hoping that once this episode goes out, I'll get a little bit more help in figuring this stuff out. Again, unless, of course, this is a spoiler, in which case, if they tell me something later, don't spoil it. Just don't let me know. Stay silent. You know? Uh, anyway, yeah, I think those are all the thoughts right now. Otherwise, everything from last episode in my thoughts section still stands, and the fact that we're moving into a combat episode doesn't really change anything of my previous thoughts. Like, I certainly don't expect that when Lafiel and Jinto reach that port, that they're just gonna run into Rena or anything. And I hope Teal ain't there. So yeah, I don't really have any expectations of any previous questions being answered today. I think today is just gonna be a cool space fight, I guess. I mean, I hope Gosroth pulls out because Lexu is like. I want to say that Lexu is one of my favorite characters right now because we just don't get that many characters that stick around, right? So far, it's like Gina. I'm just making people's names up. Jinto and Lafiel are the two mains and the two characters that have been present for the entirety of the last 4 episodes. Lexu has been around for the last 2 episodes, right? If you count like the end of episode spoiler thing, but I think so far she's my favorite. So hopefully she continues to exist. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna go ahead and roll on into it. So join me now for episode 5 of Crest of the Stars. More world building. Or it's a sword.
Postat one emcil gotwin danzis lei lagib derbes. Ye wakadinzen.
I guess.
Ye retes din nemshot.
Oh, this must be the United Mankind's point of view.
Dika retes din mutual gasik bernek zen lamnem ruihan. Ku nashat zen
We got another captain on our hands.
Komnem nus na yot vukta.
United Mankind called it right. Commander Fitzdavid. Look, I'll say it's still a better name than Captain Global from Macross. I got into SDF Macross and I thought, okay, this is gonna be the serious shit now, especially because I watched Macross Zero first, right? But I started Macross Zero and it's like, this is a pretty serious storyline. I like how this is working. I can't wait for the rest of Macross to be this way. In comes Captain Global, God rest his name, bumping his head into ceilings and whatnot. As per what Commodore Fitz... God damn it, I've already forgotten his name. It's Fitz something. Fitzgerald is the first thing I want to say, but... I guess I could understand that point of view, especially considering Lafiel is the daughter of love, right? Which indicates that that's a more rare thing to be. So, what he's saying might actually apply to the broad spectrum of the Ab, versus the differing point of view that we get for having a main character who's not that way. Certainly you don't consider yourself a cog in a machine and then have all the pictures of her childhood that we get in the ending credits, or joking that she's half cat. I mean, she cried about it and took it negatively, but I don't see it that bad. It's like her father was joking around. And obviously he told her eventually.
レイリア報告を。
方位前方78度、距離
So
1530
it should be about 10 ships, right?
進路前方18度、スファグノーフ広告方面です。時空砲数は120が確認済み、総出量は約90ゼザボ。艦隊ならばその規模は4個分。
That's what they said before. They said it was 10.
どのソードから侵入したかわかる？
Oh, this is a recap.
47個に絞りましたが、これ以上は無理です。
その中に使用中のソードはある。
Determine which ones come from a habitable star system.
いずれも閉じた状態で放置されているものばかりです。
Find out it might have been moved.
1光年以内に有人惑星が存在するソードは
5 light years away from one of the United Mankind ones.
5光年以内なら
一つだけありました。
どこ？
慶州193門から 4.1
Yeah, I forgot it was Kiesh. Had to have brought up my notes to figure that one out.
その初速は
United Mankind. Who would have guessed?
時空砲群に変化。
Splitting into 10.
10個に分裂。こちらに進路を変えました。質量から見て突撃艦級の単艦時空砲と思われます。
I have to wonder if those are like fighter
第2級
vessels.
臨戦態勢。艦内時間20時30分に第1級臨戦態勢に移行予定とする。
了解。
You know, like we have a bunch of pilot trainees on here.
あえて申し上げます。私はアブリアルです。敵前から逃亡するのはアブリアルの恥。
そのような体現相互はせめて総翼の投函をいただいてからに
And the
する
speech
べ
that
きだ。
makes me think she's her mother.
アブリアルネイドブレスクパリウニュ子爵ラフィール。
The full name breakdown, and then all the
こ
admonishing.
こにあなたの戦闘部署はないのよ。あなたは未完成品。ここでは余計者に過ぎない。だけど私はあなたに任務を
I'm surprised we're getting like a full-on recap this in depth. Like they're doing the whole thing.
と思われるものの接近を警告するという重大な任務を。その任務を忌避することこそが敵前逃亡じゃなくて、敵前逃亡の意味すらわからぬ無能ぶり。それこそを恥としないのなら、アーブの忠誠にアブリアルは値しない。
This was like a logic loophole, by the way.
続きは厳正さで何し
So at that point, you can't run away at all. Following orders is literally running away. Not following orders is running away.
考え違いをしておりました。艦長。
さあ、お行きなさい。ラクファカールで会いましょう。私の可愛い殿下。
はい、必ず。
I'm gonna have to try and remember to write that down. I think I forgot to take that in my last notes. The name of the place that they'd see that in, which I have to guess is like capital, right?
艦長、正体不明時空砲群と交信可能範囲に入りました。
こちらの艦名を名乗り、相手の正体を尋ねなさい。
了解。
Assuming that the battle in episode 1 hasn't happened yet, or might happen in the future.
通信ではありません。朝鮮信号です。
Is this the opening shots of the war?
決まりね。
朝鮮信号。鳴りやみま
Because
す。
that would make this the Battle of the Gosroth even more
いいわ
impactful.
ほっときなさい。遊びたいなら頑張って追いつくことよ。
ラフィール。ねえ、ラフィールったら。君はパリウニュ子爵だよね。
うん、そうだ。
領地の話を聞かせてほしいな。パリウニュ子爵領ってどんなところ？バラの
time to
国っていう
distract
ぐらい
her,
だから
huh?
バラが咲いてるんだろうね。
そうじゃない。バラどころか地類もない。どの惑星にも微生物すらいないんだ。
じゃあ、なんでバラの国なんて？
探査を担当したのが花好きな男で、適当に花の名をつけて回ったんだ。百合の国とか椿の国とか、それだけのこと。
But it's
じ
uninhabited,
ゃあ
huh?
どんなところ？
別に話すほどのものはない。黄色い恒星が一つあって、7つの惑星が巡ってる。第二惑星は手を加えれば人が住めるかもしれない。だから 皇族の義務から解放されたらちょっといじってみようと思う。バラの国の名にふさわしくバラを一面に咲かせてみたい。
素敵だね。
It's a whole star system with nobody in it.
ジンと
何？
そなたに感謝を。
何が？
気を使ってくれてるのであろう。洗練されてるとはとても言い難いが、そなたの心遣いは嬉しい。
At least we know what we're both up
悪か
to.
ったね。不器用で。
そなたの故郷はどうだ？
僕の話は君と違っていっぱいあるよ。いっぺん君を僕の故郷に連れてって何年か生活させてやりたいな。
そうか。皇族の義務を終えたら連れて行ってもらってもいいな。
ぜひ。君は忘れているよ。その時になっても君はまだ少し成長して若々しい姿でいるだろう。けれど
Oh, Jinto.
僕は老いぼれているか死んでいるのさ。
Ouch. That was some revelation there from Jinto.
わかった。告げる。こちら課長。
I guess we're assuming that her end of service is going to be 200 years,
はっきりと敵意を示したわ。
or
ただいまより第一級
she's like Prince, like the Prince,
戦闘配置につ
to be
け。
fucking forever, due to her rank. Again, these things must not get jerked around much when they're like in a fight.
戦闘配置完了。
機雷戦用意。第7から第10。機雷に半物質燃料を充填しなさい。
第7から第10。嫌いに
Do you imagine being like a Star Trek fight where it was just like, ah, ah, your head gets jerked out of your socket? I think episode 1 really was the fight here.
完了。
機雷射出。
I think it was right last
空
time.
砲内で待機のこと。
機雷射出。
Because it's taking place in the green area too. And those look like the things we saw getting shot down.
機雷時空砲内で待機させます。
こうなると演習で失った第1から第6が惜しまれるわね。でもまあ
There we go.
絶対とは言えないわ。
That explains the thing they said before about them wandering into the mines.
敵時空砲。
So we're 3 minutes into Battle Stations 1.
想定通りの襲撃体系ね。機雷時空砲を発生させよ。
機雷時空砲を発生させます。時空砲発生確認。
機雷照準7381。
I guess you need the space-time clusters for the antimatter explosives of the mines to go off.
9617照準完了。
通常空間線用意。指揮官点火。
了解。指揮官点火します。
専任砲術師電磁投射砲の準備を。
了解。電磁投射砲発射準備します。
Oh, I gotta use both hands. Yeah, one hand in the arm thing, and the other hand controlling.
発射準備完了。
ディッシュ。勝てると思う。私たち。
君と同じ気持ちさ。
本当に。
僕の遺伝子にかけて。
そうね。
So very Gattaca.
艦長、敵時空砲軍本艦を完全に包囲しました。
敵はかなりの連動ね。本当に想定通り。だけど連動では負けていないわ。 私の可愛いあなたたち。
Okay, yeah, if she says a D word and points her sword
始め
out,
るわよ。
this is episode 1.
待ちくたびれていたでしょ。戦闘開始。全嫌い分離せよ。
So she's not doing exactly like they did in episode 1.
第7時空分離、第8時空分離、第9時空分離、第10時空分離、第8時空融合、敵第1。
I'm pretty sure they're the same overview though.
第10時空融合。敵第7消滅。
第7時空融合、敵第3消滅。
And then one of them's gonna survive.
敵第6
Got it.
反応なし。回答右40度敵第4に体当たりする。
了解。
距離100シェスケドレル、80シェスケドレル、60シェスケドレル。時空融合します。1。
We didn't see how this ended.
融合面に
Yeah, that was it. That was it. This is episode 1. Sorry, I didn't get 100% confirmation.
待たず撃て。
了解。
総員電磁投射砲の戦車に備えろ。
時空融合
発射。
That's a lot of ships.
あと6隻。
敵第4消滅。
時空融合します。敵第2第5。
Okay, it just looked like more. That's all.
敵第2融合面へ発射。完備。
Yeah, you gotta constantly keep turning.
敵第6
This is a cool battle mechanic, though. I am invested.
あと4隻。敵第5側面より接近します。
艦首完備間に合いません。
可動砲軍で対応。
You can chop someone's head off.
撃て。回答左30度。行きます。防御時は側面に集中。衝撃に備えよう。
So I'm rooting for the Gosroth here.
後部2号噴射口
Now,
発動。
typically I'm a villain guy, but these are my people.
運動性能 0.15 低下。
電磁投射砲社会に入ります。
発射後右15度回答。
了解。
3 more, right?
敵第8第9時空融合します。
敵第10完備左。
They said 4 when they only listed 3 before, so that's why I'm confused.
完備一斉射撃。
I love the rotating gun mounts.
私は悔しい。肝心な時に役に立つことができなかった。
ひどいな。僕の役にはちゃんと立ってる。今の僕は君だけが頼りなんだよ。それとも僕の命じゃ君の気高い義務感を満足させられ
Good
ない。
move, Jinto. Good move.
そうだったな。許すがよい。
ゴースロスのことだったら大丈夫さ。 きっと。
そうだな。
そうだよ、きっと。自分に言い聞かせていた。
私はゴースロスのみんなが好きだった。何より
Well, I want to know.
レクシュ館長のことを
I want to know if they're okay.
無事であればよい。みんな。なあジント。私の出生の秘密の話覚えているか？
なんだよ急に。
内緒だぞ。ここだけの話だけど。
いいね、内緒の話は大好きだ。
私の遺伝子提供者は
Lexu. It's Lexu. They've been fighting for 2 hours?
2隻7番汎用砲損壊3番4番強襲候補大破
全部3号噴射口使用不可能
指揮官の出力が 0.619 低下
Man.
第7区画は捨てる5人ずつに分かれて王九修理班と合流205区画233区画応答なし艦内通信網稼働率 0.742
閉鎖区画42死傷者行方不明者55
They still got the lasers. I mean, can they do anything?
艦長これ以上防御島は持ちません河川休むな敵第8を電磁投射砲の社会に追い込む
頼むもう少しだけもう少しだけ
Is it out?
少しだけ動いてくれ
後部4号噴射口避難完備
発射
So one ship left, right? And of course the assholes waited to the very end to come out.
艦長防御島消滅しました諦めるんじゃない私の可愛いあなたたちあいつを私たちの宇宙から叩き出すのよ回収を
Oh, damn straight.
敵艦の右に集中せよ回収方向に釘付けにする
Oh, the time-space, field.
私の遺伝子提供者はレクシュ艦長だったんだ私は愛の娘だったんだ父の思い人が艦長だったそうじゃないかと思っていたそうであればよいなと
Man, it always happens to the characters I say are my favorite. I really want us to linger on it. And that's why none of those pictures are on that site. I mean, they held out for 2 hours. Gotta give it to them. But yeah, it always happens. I always pick a character that I like, and within 3 episodes of me picking them, they're gone. Because that's just what happens. And I appreciate they went for the reveal, but I thought it was fairly obvious that Lekshu was her mother. Because, I mean, come on. They even flashed back to it. But that was a fight, man. I gotta give it to him. That was a fight. That's what I want to see from fights in anime when involving spaceships and everything. Not this Gundam 00 nonsense where the only people that really die, or in most battles, are the nameless people in the back. I think I mentioned before that my favorite fight in Gundam 00 was the one where they had to pay for every inch that they took. And this one, literally, the united mankind just wore them down with ship after ship. Until you could see that they had nothing left right at the very end, and they didn't give up. That's what I like.
フェブダーシュ男爵僚完成。伝えておかなければならないことがある。
私はアトスリア、スーナアトス、フェブダーシュ男爵クロワール。どうぞお見知りおきください。
美味しいな。
洗濯に回してございます。
Okay. I am going to guess, since this is the closest sword and port of call to the attack being launched, that possibly they've all gone political. In which case, they've probably already influenced the local population to take out their op masters. Because if we treat every civilization along the way like Hyde, then they are more than willing to do what it takes to throw off the yoke of their sorry, let me free my hand here for a second. Oppressors. So, and we already know the don't really mess much with the planetary stuff. They only care about trade and control of space, which means that anybody on the ground is free to do whatever they want to set up the uprising, right? So seeing Jinto just like pass out there, he's either being attacked or he's been poisoned, and I'm likely to say poison, considering we saw a scene of Lafiel saying, "Oh, these taste great." And I have no idea how it's just been washed, I think is what she said, would tie into him passing out. Unless it's like a misdirect, like Lafiel's looking for Jinto, and Jinto's already been passed out, and they're just trying to explain why he's not around. Oh, these are his clothes. Yeah, they've just been washed. I don't know. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. Still reeling from already having my favorite character so far go out. But hey, just like every other character I've ever picked, they went out like a G. I mean, that was all I could have ever hoped for from who I would have picked. I don't know. This is one of those situations where I wish they didn't show it. I know I hate it when they do that sort of thing, because then it leaves you wondering. And that usually is the opening for the trope of aha, nobody ever dies, that sort of thing. But I don't know, I'm so tired of my favorite characters dying so quickly that I wish I could have just had and that's when the Gosroth just limped back into port, or hey, we recovered this escape pod, or hey, all these people were taken prisoner. Just something. I just wanted an out, just this one time. Oh, it's probably for the best, right? You do this once in the first few episodes, and I'll never trust the show again. So, as long as my favorite character's dead, I can trust the show to not pull nonsense trope shit. So I guess it's got that going for it. It's a sacrifice for the narrative. I hope I do hope this was the opening shots on the war, though, to at least give that fight even more meaning, right? So that like message can be spread out through the ob now. The last stand of the Gosroth, who held the line so that the other ship could escape and everything. Ah, jeez. Anyway, I am going to go off and do my notes taking. I don't think there's going to be much in the way of notes. Uh, Everyone's dead. All they did was talk about the combat reports, and literally the only thing that was confirmed was what I already thought. When I do a board eventually, I'll be able to connect the two bridge officers together as being in a relationship. So yeah, that'll be at least something out of this. But otherwise, it's the name of the capital I've got to write down, and maybe some stuff from the next time on. Anyway, gonna have to rewatch because there might have been more that I missed, and that's the opportunity to pick it up. Ah, I'm just so reeling from that. Anyway, yeah, I'll catch you after the notes. What are you still doing here? Fast forward to past the notes, whatever. All right, well, that was the episode. Like I said, I didn't have much notes to take there. It was mostly just my thoughts from before carrying over to here post notes. I wrote down the speech that was given at the very beginning. I guess I need a bit of clarification from y'all. Was that Laria and Desh that were shown to be in a relationship right at the very end before they died? Uh, Sorry, I can't remember who is who on the command deck, and I'm assuming that might be Laria as senior navigator, and obviously the one was Desh because she named him. I just can't really be sure, and I think she was the one calling out the moves. Otherwise, everybody else seemed to have been fit into their own positions by title. Other than that, I got Parianu is a system called the Rose Country, but is currently uninhabitable. The man who surveyed the region loved flowers, so he named the territories after flowers, including Lily Country and Camellia Country. That's a yellow star with 7 planets. The second planet might be able to be made habitable. And then again, the thing we got from Jinto during the episode, another reminder on the higher your rank, the greater your duty. When he reminds himself that when Lafiel finishes her duty, he will be long dead, which I believe fits right in with Lord Desagno's uh, basically lifetime duty, given that he's a prince as well. And I can't help but think that so many things could have played out differently so that the Gosroth came out victorious chief among them, obviously, not having used half of the mines in a mock battle earlier. But I guess the most prescient one of them all is they were left down to one ship, right? So, conceivably, if Mine 9 had taken out its target, they would have, I mean, survived is a possibility. We don't even know if they would have been able to, like, limp back to the port with all the damage that they took. And I guess the most damning thing of all is that we got in a previous conversation with Lafiel and Jinto that plugging themselves into the ship means that they can, like, feel the ship and everything, right? So it's entirely possible that plugging themselves in and losing that fight, not only did they die, but they felt everything that was happening too, which is all the much makes it all the much worse. This has been a rough episode. I mean, I think probably the best episode so far. I mean, this episode beats episodes of other more recent anime that I've watched, me and Griffin have watched. This episode beats the best episode that I said was the best of Gundam 00, so take that as you will. I'm pissing people off, but I'm sure those people don't come here for these solo reacts that I do. So, nuts to them. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going. I'm so thrown. I think I'm just gonna end it here. I will come back with the next episode tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have moved on and just focus everything. Like that one speech from OG Gundam Universe Century, take your sorrow and turn it into anger, and I'll just be furious at the united mankind from now on, and hope for their end, and screw all of those other anime lessons, right? I have no enemies, and always make friends. Fuck that. I hope these people die. I hope these people die. They took something away from me that can't be brought back. Anyway, I will catch you all next time. I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?